Hey guys, and welcome to River Raven Collects. Now, last time we unboxed the 40k Orc. This time we're going to be unboxing a Space Marine. So this is a Space Marine Eliminator. Essentially it means he is the sniper class. So I have been playing this class on Space Marine 2, so yeah, I saw this and I thought, yeah, I gotta pick him up. So we can't really see too much from the box, but he does look like a good figure. Now, you're probably noticing that compared to the last box, he looks very different. The box packaging is very different as well. So this was actually released this year in 2024. So we have a different design for the box, of course, officially licensed as well, which is nice. Which I'm sure McFarlane Toys wouldn't be selling anything that isn't officially licensed. I picked him up for, I believe, $50 or $60. I'll put it up on screen, whatever it ended up being. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good deal. Obviously, he has just been released as well, so he is going to be a little bit more pricier. Usually I try and wait for a sale, but with this one I decided not to. See that in the box we also have his gun, as well as his backpack, some interchangeable hands, as well as an art card, I think. So without further ado, let's check out the box and then unbox him. Alright guys, so I'm going to be using my phone camera because I think the quality is a little bit better. My other camera's getting a bit old as well, I probably need to get a new one. But anyway, this is the front of the box. I think this design is a lot better than the last one, though I do miss like the art detail from the last one. So we have new art on the side and it's kind of like very dark, obviously fitting in with the Warhammer theme. However, yeah, you're kind of missing the details, so I kind of like the old art better. But anyway, we've got McFarlane Toys, Warhammer 40k, as well as the Space Marine, well, a Space Marine logo. And we kind of got that world map again that I commented about last time. And then, yeah, the Space Marine logo again down the bottom. This is really surprising to me that we don't have a picture of him on the back. I think that this is really surprising to me that we don't have a picture of him on the back. We've actually just got the logo and some artwork that is like so faded out you can barely see it, but I think it looks cool. As an art piece, I think it looks cool. I wish we could kind of see everything a bit better. Also, just noticed, we are looking at, I believe this is a Primera Space Marine, not a regular one. So that's interesting. We actually have a Firstborn on the back here. So maybe that's a Primaris actually. So maybe there's a mix of them. Oh, there does appear to be a mix of them. So if you guys don't know, I'll just quickly explain that. So one here is the old helmet design, and then this one here is essentially the new one. There is a difference. These ones are bigger, technically better. These are called the Primera Space Marines, and then down here, this is the Firstborn. So this is the first Space Marines that came out. So just a little bit of detail for you there. That was kind of my mistake for not looking at that a bit closer, but that is interesting. We've got a mix of them on there. But yeah, that's the artwork on the back. Really surprised by this. Would have preferred some advertising or something, I think. But anyway, let's get him out of his box. Alright guys, voiceover Raven here, and we're going to be looking at what's underneath his cloak here. So you can see that it's still got all the details even though it's hidden under the cloak. I like that, they didn't skimp out on that, that's nice. I was wondering if this can actually come off, and I don't believe it can. You could probably get it off, but I didn't want to like pull it and wreck it, so that's as much as I'm willing to get him to. But you can see that you can get most of it off, but yeah, that I believe is stuck to the armor front. So that's what the back looks like. We're not going to see that again because I'll be keeping this on, obviously. But yeah, I really like this cloth cloak, if you couldn't tell already. I really like it. So let's check out his articulation. He's got quite a bit, shoulders, elbows, wrists, all very, very nice. And compared to the orc, much crisper. So nice. But you can see his cape is trying to escape. But we have some in the head and in the legs. It's pretty much all really good. It feels like a Space Marine should, if you know what I mean. It's not the most wildest articulation in the world. However, it's quite decent, I think, considering the size and mass of him. But I wanted to look at this. So we've got like a weird pocket on the back. This opens up, and we can also have a little pocket here to put things in. So maybe we could put his spare hand in there, or his weapon might fit in there maybe, but thought that was odd. Also, we got to get this on, and I did this off camera because yeah, it needed a lot of force to get in there, but once it's in there it is very secure. Now let's change over this. So I want the open hand so he can hold his rifle just like that. So that is really cool. He holds it rather well once you get it in that trigger hand. It is very good. And there he is with his stand. You'll definitely need the stand with this one. He doesn't like standing up all that much, kind of like the orc was, but he's a lot better than the orc, I think, because he's not so heavy. But anyway guys, I'll leave you with the showcase, and then I'm going to be back with my final thoughts. Well guys, that has been our look at the Space Marine Eliminator released in 2024 from McFarlane Toys. I think that this is pretty fantastic. I will say there are some things that have let me down slightly, but overall this is a fantastic figure. He looks absolutely awesome. And of course we've got the cloth cape, which, you know, I'm a sucker for anything like that. Cloth capes, real chains, anything. So for me, he looks absolutely fantastic, and yeah, I'm gonna love displaying him. I can really picture him like sitting there in the rain ready to take down some enemies with his big sniper rifle. So I should also mention that I forgot to mention in the previous video, all of these figures actually come in grayscale as well. So you can pick him up in grey and paint him yourself, paint him with whatever Space Marine chapter you want, or something, you know, completely different. So I am very much considering picking him up and painting him myself. I'd love to have a Raven Guard one, obviously. And speaking of Raven Guard, I actually have another Space Marine coming that is a Raven Guard one, so we'll be checking him out very soon. If that sounds good to you, please hit the subscribe, trying to get to 1,000 by the end of this year. But anyway, overall, yeah, looks fantastic. I think that the color scheme is correct, but it probably needs to be a little bit more crisper. He looks a little bit rough, just a little bit. Space Marines always have, you know, this pure blue armor. It's not quite the pure blue that I was expecting, so I think that it's a little bit dark, it's a little bit roughed up. They've kind of gone for this matte finish, and most of the time I think Space Marines really have this glossy finish to them, so Would have liked to have seen that picked up a bit. Obviously there are some details here. I'll say there's better details here than there were on the Orc from 3 years ago. So they are a lot better, but there are buttons, and particularly on the jetpack on the back, I know that there are pieces here that are meant to be silver. I may just paint them myself to sort of bring it out. But overall, it's pretty good. I would say, you know, this is a 9 out of 10 figure for me. Good articulation, nothing harsh or janky in that way. We had a jankiness to the Orc, that's not here, so that is really, really good. Appreciate the hood being like pulled up to his head so he can't see his bald head under there, and he looks really cool with his hood all the way down. So I'm pretty impressed with this one. If you are a fan of Space Marine 2, I'd say absolutely go pick this boy up. I'm considering picking up the Cadian soldiers to see the scale difference, because this guy, and I'm pretty sure he is a Primaris Space Marine, he should be like 8 foot tall, around there somewhere, so I'd love to pick up the other ones to see if the size comparison is correct. I don't think it will be though. But compared to the Orc, like having them next to each other, I think that they look great together. I'm not sure if they are the correct sizing together, but anyway, they look fine together, which is the main thing. So yeah, thoroughly impressed with this one. Highly recommend going out and picking it up. So anyway guys, that's my thoughts. Let me know yours down in the comments below as always. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave me a like. That would really help me out. And again, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 by the end of this year. We've got 3 months left, so I'd really appreciate it if you went down there and hit that subscribe button. But anyway guys, I'll see you on the next one.